You rise and your bones already ache. Not from labor, not from lack of sleep, from carrying the weight of a day that hasn't even begun. Your body moves. Your mind, still chained to the bed. The silence feels heavy. The thoughts, thick, slow, like wet wool. You look around. Everything's normal. Coffee, emails, deadlines. But inside, a quiet scream, a dull, constant hum of too much. And no one sees it. No one says, "Hey, you're not okay." They say, "You got this. Push through. Just one more thing." But here's what no one's saying back. You're not broken. You're not lazy. You're not weak. You're just tired of pretending this is living. The world outside? Perfectly fine. Lights on. Traffic moving. People smiling into their phones. You? You're holding your chest like it might cave in. No one's yelling. No one's forcing you. There's no boss standing over you with a whip. Just 1,000 tiny voices, most of them yours, whispering, "Shouldn't you be further along? Why aren't you happier? Why does rest feel like failure?" It's quiet, too quiet. And in that quiet, you start to believe, maybe it is you. Maybe you're the glitch, the one who can't keep up, the one who needs fixing. But what if it's not you that's broken? What if it's the whole damn machine? It's not you. Really, it's not your fault you feel like a ghost in your own life. This ache, this hollow behind the ribs, it's not some personal defect. It's not because you didn't meditate enough, or journal, or manifest, or hustle harder. It's because the air's gone bad. The whole damn atmosphere's thick with should, with more, with faster, with why aren't you there yet? You didn't break yourself. The world did. Quietly, politely, with motivational quotes, with unlimited potential, with "you can do anything." And now you're sick. Not the kind that shows up on a scan, but the kind that lives in your bones, in your silence, in the way you flinch when the phone buzzes. The sickness isn't in you. It's in everything around you. And you're just the one honest enough to feel it. There's no jailer, no locked door, no one standing over you with a list of rules. Just a whisper, soft, constant, curled up inside your own head like a tenant who never leaves. You should be further. You could be better. Why stop now? Rest is for later. Later is never. It doesn't shout. It doesn't need to. It just stays, nudges, tickles your guilt, wakes you at 3 a.m. with a to-do list. You think you're free, but freedom doesn't feel like this, this tightness in your throat when you pause, this itch in your fingers when you're not doing, this quiet shame when you sit still too long. The chains aren't metal. They're made of just one more, of almost there, of you're so close. And the worst part? You put them on yourself, gently, believing it was ambition, not captivity. You became the guard, the warden, the one who locks the door and swallows the key. No boss needed, no overseer. You do it yourself, with gentle hands, with "I'll just finish this," with "I'm almost done," with "I deserve this," after. After what? After you've emptied yourself? After you've turned your pulse into a productivity metric? After you've apologized for taking up space while you're still breathing? You don't hate yourself. That's the tragedy. You love yourself through the grind. You think pushing is care, that exhaustion is effort, that collapse is commitment. So you whisper sweet nothings to your own cage. Just a little longer. You've got this. Don't let yourself down. And the bars? They feel like discipline, like strength, like the price of being worthy. But baby, you were never meant to be both prisoner and the one holding the whip. Somebody named it. Not a guru, not a coach. A quiet man with glasses and heavy thoughts. Han. He watched us. Really watched. Saw how we smile while crumbling. How we say "I'm fine" like a prayer. How we turned hustle into identity. Rest into guilt. Stillness into failure. He called it the performance society. Not a prison with walls, but one with mirrors. Everywhere you look, you're supposed to be more, better, faster, brighter. Even your breath? should be optimized, and Foucault before him, he saw the old cages, the shouts, the rules, the sit down, shut up. But this is worse, because now the cage is velvet, the lock, polished with, "You're so capable," the key, handed to you with a smile. You think you chose this? You didn't. You were raised in it, bathed in it, told it was freedom. Han knew. Foucault knew. Now, you do too. They sold you wings, then called it freedom while sewing weights into the feathers. Do anything, they cheered. Be limitless. Your potential, infinite. And you believed them. Why wouldn't you? It sounded like a gift, like power, like finally being in charge. But the wings don't lift you. They exhaust you. Because now, every fall is your fault. Every pause, laziness, every "I can't," a character flaw. Freedom was never meant to feel like this. Like running on a treadmill that speeds up every time you glance at the clock. You thought breaking chains meant flying. Turns out, they just handed you the engine and said, "Carry it, and smile while you do." So you smile, even as your shoulders crack, even as your soul whispers, "This isn't freedom, this is just a prettier cage." Do you flinch when you're not on? When the to-do list sits untouched? When you let a text go unanswered? Not because you're busy, but because you're empty? Does your chest tighten when you close your laptop before the work's done? When is it ever done? Do you lie awake rehearsing tomorrow like you owe it something? Like if you don't give it your all, you've stolen from the world? This isn't discipline. This isn't drive. This is the quiet hum of a system that taught you to police your own breath. You think these feelings are yours alone. This guilt, this itch, this whisper of not enough. But look around, really look. The woman scrolling at midnight, the guy laughing too loud at the meeting, the friend who says, "I'm fine," a little too fast. They feel it too. Same whisper, same weight, same silent scream. Why can't I just stop without feeling like I'm failing? You're not broken. You're just listening to the same broken song everyone's been forced to memorize. This isn't tired. Not the kind a nap fixes. Not the kind coffee slaps awake. This is deeper. Like your soul's been whispering for months, and you kept handing it a to-do list instead of an ear. You smile in meetings. You reply all with hearts and exclamation points. You post the sunset. You say, "I'm good," like it's true. But inside, a hollowed-out quiet, a slow leak of light, a version of you, folding in, fading out, pretending that cracks aren't there. This isn't burnout you can fix with a spa day, or a weekend, or a new planner. This is your spirit saying, "I'm not built for this. I was never meant to run this hard. Something in me is dying, and no one's letting me grieve it." You're not broken for feeling this. You're human. And what you're carrying was never meant to be carried alone. Once they shouted, "Sit, work, obey." Clear walls, clear rules, clear who was in charge. You knew where the cage ended. You could point to the bars, blame the boss, curse the clock, hate the whistle. Now, no one's yelling, no one's forcing. They just smile and say, "You can do anything. Your time is now. Potential is limitless." And that's the trap. Because when no one's holding the whip, you pick it up yourself. When no one's locking the door, you build the walls, brick by brick, goal by goal. Just one more by just one more. The prison didn't vanish. It got quieter, smarter, kinder faced. And the sentence? No end date, no parole, just an endless horizon. And you? Running toward it, thinking it's freedom. You're not a person anymore. Not really. You're a startup, a brand, a project that never ships, a pitch that never ends. You wake up and check your metrics, not stocks, not sales, your mood, your productivity score, your rest efficiency. You don't say, "I'm tired." You say, "I need to optimize recovery." You don't say, "I miss you." You say, "Let's sync up." You don't say, "I'm lost." You say, "I'm pivoting." There's no weekend, no quitting time, just runway. And you're both the pilot and the plane. No shareholders, no board, Just you, in a dim room, reviewing your own performance, giving yourself feedback, writing your own warning letter. And when you crash, no one fires you. You just reload, rebrand, try to be a better product next quarter. But baby, you were never meant to be sold, or upgraded, or monetized. You were meant to be held, to be still, to be human. Even rest got colonized. Sleep, not sleep. It's sleep hygiene. A performance review for your eyelids. Did you get 7.5 hours? Did you hit REM? Did you earn it? Meditation, not peace. It's mental optimization. A productivity hack for your nervous system. Clear your mind so you can do more. Walk in the park? Not joy, not wonder. Active recovery, nature exposure. Dopamine regulation. You don't rest to rest. You rest to refuel the machine. You pause to prepare the next sprint. You breathe, not because air is sweet, but because oxygen boosts output. Leisure became labor. Silence became strategy. Stillness? Just prep work for the next performance. You were never allowed to just sit, stare, be useless. Because in this world, useless is dangerous. Useless is wasteful. Useless is you. And that's the quiet tragedy. Even your peace has a KPI. You kneel at the altar of your own guilt every night, without candles, without prayers, just a quiet voice, yours whispering, you chose this. You said yes. No one made you. And that's the cruelest part. They didn't have to force you. You signed the contract in invisible ink, written in, I can handle it, and I don't want to let anyone down, and it's just temporary. So when you break, you don't blame the system. You blame your breath, your weakness, your lack of discipline, your failure to just push through, because no one held a gun to your head. No boss screamed, no law demanded it, just opportunity, potential, freedom. And now, the weight is yours alone. The collapse, your fault, the tears, a glitch in your software. You carry the shame like a second skin because they told you you were free. And freedom, baby, doesn't come with an instruction manual for how to stop without feeling like a traitor to yourself. If this is hitting, not in your head, but in your chest, in that quiet place behind your ribs, stay. Tap that button. Not for me, for you, for the part of you that's been whispering, is it just me? Am I the only one who feels this? You're not, and you won't be. Not here. We're building something slow here, something soft, something that doesn't ask you to be more, just to be. So if you're tired of pretending, if you're done hustling your humanity, subscribe, not for content, for company. You're not meant to carry this alone. They weaponized joy, wrapped control in glitter, dressed demand in daylight, sold you chains, and called them confetti. Smile, hustle, believe in yourself. Good vibes only. It sounds like freedom, feels like love, but underneath, a blade. Because when the message is always up, there's no room for down, no space for tired, no mercy for I can't. The violence doesn't shout anymore. It winks, it cheers, it slides into your DMs with a sunrise quote and a side of shame. You're so capable. Why aren't you doing more? Just think positive. Your pain is inconvenient. You've got this. Don't you dare stop. This isn't inspiration. It's invasion. Soft, smiling, suffocating. And you've been breathing it in like oxygen, not realizing it's been stealing your air all along. Anxiety isn't your flaw. Depression isn't your failure. Burnout isn't your weak spot. They're not bugs in your code. They're smoke signals, rising from a world that's been on fire for a long, long time. Your trembling hands, not broken, just holding too much. Your sleepless nights, not defective, just refusing to shut down in a system that never does. This isn't personal, it's planetary. A whole generation, quietly collapsing under the weight of being told they're limitless. You didn't break yourself. The world asked you to carry more than a soul was meant to hold, then called your shaking a lack of grit. But baby, Your pain isn't proof you failed. It's proof you felt. You showed up. You tried. In a game that was rigged from the start. And that's not weakness. That's witness. Somewhere under the to-do lists, under the I'm fines and the forced smiles, there's a voice. Small, frayed, almost forgotten. It doesn't shout. It doesn't post. It doesn't perform. It just, in whispers. Remember me? Remember when you used to sit and watch the rain and not call it downtime? Remember when you'd hum off key in the shower and not record it for content? Remember when you were allowed to be unproductive and still worthy? That voice, it's not lazy, it's not broken. It's the part of you that never signed up for this. The part that knew, before the world told you otherwise, that you didn't have to earn your breath. That stillness wasn't failure. That being, one was enough. But you buried it, gently, with later, with not now, with I'll come back to you when I'm better. And now it's still there, waiting, not angry, just you're lonely. Boredom isn't broken, it's a doorway, not the shallow kind, scrolling, snacking, switching tabs, the deep kind, the heavy quiet, the kind that makes your skin itch because there's nothing to fix, nothing to consume, nothing to become. That's where it waits, the part of you that remembers how to be without doing. You were taught to fear it, to fill it, to kill it with podcasts, playlists, plans, like it's a threat, like it's wasted time. But the old ones knew, the poets, the mystics, the wanderers. They sat in the hollow, let it ache, let it echo. And from that emptiness, art was born, truth was whispered, souls were remade. Boredom isn't your enemy, it's your sanctuary, your rebellion, your quiet return to the rhythm you were born into. Before the world put you on a timer. Let it come. Let it sit with you. It's not here to waste you. It's here to wake you. Stopping isn't surrender. It's reunion. Not with goals. Not with versions of yourself you're supposed to become. But with the one who's been here all along. Quiet, tired, whole. You think silence is empty? It's not. It's the only place you can hear your own voice over the world's noise. You think pause is waste? It's not. It's the soil where your soul remembers how to grow without being forced. You were never meant to run until you collapse. You were meant to sit, to breathe, to let the wind move through you without asking it to be useful. This isn't weakness, it's remembering that you are not a machine, not a brand, not a project. You are a living thing, meant to ebb, meant to rest, meant to simply be. And in that stillness, you don't lose momentum. You find meaning, not the kind you post about, the kind you carry in your bones like a secret the world forgot. But you're starting to remember. The answers don't live in hustle. They live in the hollow. If you're ready to go deeper, to untangle the knots this world tied inside you, there's a quiet place waiting. The most radical thing you can say now, I can't. Not as surrender, as sovereignty, not as failure, as freedom. You were taught that power is doing, climbing, achieving, becoming, producing. But real power lives in the pause, in the no, in the gentle refusal to keep burning just to prove you're lit. I can't today. I won't anymore. I'm not meant to carry this. That's not weakness whispering. That's wisdom. That's your soul drawing a line in the sand. Not to fight the world, but to finally protect you. You don't have to be limitless. You don't have to be optimized. You don't have to be on. You can be tired. You can be slow. You can be still and still be sacred. This isn't giving up. It's growing up. Into the truth, you were never meant to be everything. Just yourself. And that's more than enough. This collapse you're feeling, it's not personal. It's prophetic. Not a glitch in you, but a crack in the system. A fault line running under everything they told you was solid. Burnout isn't your failure. It's the system's confession. A whispered admission, we asked too much. We took too much. We forgot you were human. You didn't break because you're weak. You broke because you're awake. Because you showed up, heart open, hands empty, in a world that only values what you can carry. And now, your exhaustion is truth-telling. Your tears, data, your silence, a sermon. This isn't the end of you. It's the beginning of seeing, really seeing, what this life has cost. And that's not collapse. That's clarity, wearing the skin of fatigue. You're not alone in this, not even close. Beneath every "I'm fine," behind every curated post, under every forced laugh, there are others, just like you, carrying the same quiet ache, faking the same energy, hiding the same hollow. So say it here. Just a word, a sigh, a me too. Type it below, not for likes, not for replies, but to break the spell that says you're the only one drowning in plain sight. When you speak your truth, even if it's shaky, even if it's small, you give someone else permission to breathe. This isn't a comment section, it's a sanctuary, a circle of tired souls finally whispering, I feel it too. You're not broken. We're waking up, together. Healing doesn't roar, it accumulates. In the pauses you protect, in the no's you whisper, in the mornings you let yourself be soft, in the nights you choose silence over scrolling. It doesn't happen in one grand moment. No lightning strike, no viral breakthrough, just layers, whispers, tiny rebellions against the rush. You won't wake up fixed. You'll wake up different, lighter, quieter, more here. Not because you did everything right, but because you stopped trying to. This isn't a race, it's a return, and it's already begun in the way you're listening now, in the way you're letting yourself feel without rushing to fix it. That's not weakness, that's wisdom, and it's growing quietly, stubbornly inside you. Don't close this yet, don't scroll away, not quite. The next one, it's just as vital, just as quiet, just as meant for you. This isn't a series, it's a slow unraveling, a gentle peeling back of everything they glued onto you, until you remember what was underneath all along. So stay, if only for one more video, one more breath, one more layer. You didn't find this by accident, and you're not done remembering who you are beneath the burn. Keep watching. The next part, it meets you right where you are, tired, tender, still here.